Well, we're certainly interested in trade. We are in need of a good deal of meat.
Meat.
What kind of meat?
Any kind of meat. It's as long as it's fresh.
Burnt offerings. I understand, sir. Ma'am. Let's see. We haven't really been able to find any domesticatable. Have we found any domesticatable animals, Loris? I mean, we haven't really ran into the cow capital yet.
There's a croctopus, but I don't know how many more of those there are.
We have we do have a fishery we do have one fishery. How much we can see if we can get you some fish. Would that work?
We also have a library that grants access to L space.
But that L space is merely for informational purposes, and I do think that we are banned for L space at the moment.
Yeah.
Remember the extra dimensional creature thing gave us all blacklisted our library cards.
It was all Gator's fault.
It just burned it a little bit.
Right. Well, anyway, we have fish.
Fish.
We do
would
have
be
fish.
Acceptable. We will need about 50 kilos a day for now.
Ooh, that's a lot of fish.
That's
Not
a
a lot.
lot of
50 kilos?
Yep.
That's not too bad. It's like 10 fish.
Is that 10 fish?
10 big fish.
Well, how big fish we talking here?
like a
I mean,
tuna.
Fish weighs
Like-
2 to 5 kilos. Yeah, tuna can be
Well, we were
20
first.
kilos by itself.
Well, we
But
can
that's
bring this all to the discussion table later on, because we are merely the first responders. We would just merely to come up and see if we can do our first diplomatic meetings, and then we'll bring in the more official diplomatic envoy from the dukedom. We're just the people who run in and make sure that not all the
That
people
they're
are
not
hostile.
trying to kill us.
Well, why don't we get them some fish and get some frickin' soil and start growing shit on our land rather than enrich the dukedom at this point?
Because the dukedom enriches us all.
I know, but they'll have their
No, it
opportunity too. We should make our own.
Yes.
I think a lot of people have not done well trusting upon the beneficent nature of the people in charge. So I'd prefer to have my own options.
Yes.
All right. I always wonder where you came from, Gator. What kind of place bred such a man?
People like the Duke being
The
in charge is what breeds people like me.
The swamp.
But we'll see what we can do for when it comes to trade, ma'am. May I ask, who are you and your fine people?
We are the firekeepers, as I say. I am the Lady Palatar.
The Lady Palatar?
Yeah.
Tell me more. Tell me everything.
It's simple. We are here to guard the temple. While here, we make sure the fire is kept, the sparks fed, and when they are needed, passed on to whoever is worthy.
I got a 15 for diplomacy. Really? Can you give me a tour? I would be very interested to see it, to learn more.
I'm afraid that no one else is allowed into the temple unless properly sanctified, and I do not think you would survive the sanctification.
I would survive the sanctification.
We'd set you on fire. I'm not sure you would.
I would. I'm a robot.
How does one
14
usually
to-
survive that?
No need
I've
to
been
worry
made
about
of-
me, ma'am. I have been set on fire many a time for pleasure as much as fun. Or for business as
No,
much as
that was
pleasure.
Gator.
I've practically spent entire adventures on fire. Literally.
If you wish, you could come in and I would enjoy attempt to be sanctified. Is it volcanic fire, or are we talking magical fire, or everyday humdrum bonfire fire?
Magical fire.
Magical fire? Oh man, I could do that easy.
Magic fires.
Are you in that much of a rush to roll a new character, man?
I want to roll my endurance checks versus being set on fire to join the religion.
I am backing away.
Oh, you're really willing to Well, we can organise the ceremony. If you'd like to join us up in the volcano.
Why not?
There are times when, and don't get me wrong, I love you guys, but I feel like I'm adventuring with a bunch of idiots.
Well, we do have Burke in the party.
Hey, Burke is fun.
Dwarves aren't exactly known for their intelligence.
Burke is like the person out of a group of friends who describes themselves as bubbly.
Yeah.
Right. Moving you to the volcano edge.
So, did we just walk round the temple?
Yeah, round the side.
Oh, for
Damn, well, fuck's
If,
sakes.
if they're not going to let you into the temple because you're unholy, they're not going to then lead you through the temples.
Well, as I'm walking by, are there like any cracks or like places I could sneak in later?
I was thinking the exact same thing when I saw that picture.
Because it doesn't
what you
seem like
say?
this ground is very even.
You could probably,
Go ahead.
yeah, you can probably scale up pretty much any point of that volcano at the sides.
It's like it's a squat volcano. It's less a volcano, more of a lava pit.
Well, I'm saying, could I get into the temple through like a crack or something?
Mm.
No, the temple seems to be quite a solid set.
Okay.
Well, I have to ask, ma'am. Well, the sanctification is that merely just myself, my body being set on fire in front of the volcano, or do I have to actually take a dip in the volcano fire because I know my own.
Of course, in the volcano, of course.
Oh.
All right, good luck.
So, if you would like to put this on, she hands you a robe, which is white, of course.
Oh.
We all get the sacred undulants out. Basically, something that smells to us, that smell like gasoline. Alright, so once you've got the robe on, we will dose you in the sacred undulants and then slowly lower you into the volcano for half an hour.
Would it be an insight check to see how pissed off these guys would be if he backed out now?
Yeah, make me one. You get a feeling. It's quite hard to read something that's actually on fire. But doesn't really think you're going to go through with this. Pretty much
He's
humoring
going
you.
through like a fire person hazing ritual.
Well, I think you think she's being sincere, but she's expecting you to back out.
I have to ask, like, what's my action? Is this like a serious, like, you make your check, you can do this thing, or is this full on like, why is my player character doing this?
Ray, do not tell
Being
him.
lowered into a volcano.
Force him to double down.
You've got to do it, man.
You don't have to do it, but don't give in.
I can't believe you're
pressure.
such a wimp.
You
You're
don't
backing down
have to
from being
take a
lowered
hit
into
off that
volcano.
joint or dive in the volcano or drive the car if you don't want to.
Yes, he does. He absolutely has to do it because he said he was going to do it.
Fuck it, I have a 40 and I have 20 in both fortitude. Down through that. Let's go on down.
Right, new character coming up.
The first player is going to die.
All right, fine.
Seriously,
I'm
getting
kidding.
lowered into a volcano. Do you really think you're going to survive that?
It would be. You kind of expect their hazing ritual not to be completely and utterly like their sanctification ritual. I mean, is this a sanctification for golems and fire elementals?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's on fire. What do you think?
She is literally a fire elemental.
Okay. I'm sorry, ma'am. I do believe that looking down. I mean, I could set myself on fire for a hobby, but that's really just way too hot for me. I do apologize. Can I just set myself on fire right now with the gasoline, though?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Done.
This is the dumbest conversation I have ever heard.
Yeah.
Done. Endurance check. 8. Oh God, this hurts.
This was a horrible mistake.
I'm sorry. This is not what was supposed to be happening. But
Yep.
that's temporary. I don't want to do that.
So let's go on. So,
Right, I'm using Sacred Flame.
Hang on.
Make
I
well, that was enjoyable.
Crusty
Though.
tides.
Sacred Flame. Take a saving throw.
Who? Berg.
Yeah. He gets to make a saving throw now. Let's do it.
Where's my saving throws? I'm trying to find. Here we go. 12. The fire goes out.
She's actually interested that you've used the Sacred Flame, though. Another study of the fire.
I'm going to activate Burning Weapons as he activates that. I'm not actually going to do anything with it. I just wanted to. Because now technically it makes my arm light on fire.
Can we stop?
You guys realize this is radiant and not fire, right?
Yeah, but it looks like fire, doesn't it?
It's the divine spark, basically. It's the fire of holiness.
That sounded like something out of Digimon.
Yeah, while I'm here, I actually want to show her my cloak with the symbol of Alamus and say, have you seen any of this god's followers around?
No, I do not recognize that symbol.
Okay, it's my symbol, so just keep that in mind, okay?
Okay. Someone's dying in the background. So, will you be able to get us the food we need quickly? The meat?
We can get you something, but 50 kilograms a day, that might be a little bit of a problem.
We'll
I
need to
also
be able to,
just say how nice it is that the keepers of all knowledge use the metric system. It proves a lot of people right.
I disagree. The Imperial system is far superior.
let us.
There's a volcano right there, and I will push you in it.
We'll need to go and double check with the Duke. We'll be able to bring you back. We'll see what we can do from our meat and stores, and we will come back with the actual full on person in charge of trade diplomacy.
Okay. Yeah, look forward to hear from you. Please do not take long. I'm in desperate need of the food.
Yes, ma'am. We will make haste within the day.
By the way, when you say meat, would you prefer it like alive or?
Well,
like
any steak is fine. Any meat and any
It's fresh.
Steak. Yeah, as long as it's fresh.
Okay, fresh. I mean, I was gonna start assuming corpses, but
Who has the portable hull, by the way?
I think we all do.
Or the bag of holding?
Oh, I do.
Why don't we go ahead and just fill that thing up with 1,000 pounds of soil on the way out of here? I don't know that they really have any soil marshals checking.
Well, not only 1,000 pounds. Let's take a soil sample along with us, though.
Well, I want
No,
1,000
no.
pounds to spread on our
Yeah.
lands so we can start
grow
growing
things
shit like
in the
herbs.
swamp.
All right.
Herbs.
I have very
Right.
important herbs that need volcanic soil to be grown.
All right.
Are you thinking
They
of a
don't
new
happen to
harsher?
They don't happen to be some good
All I
smoking.
know is if you grow it
Say-
with volcanic ash, that is going
Gonna
to
be
some
our major
harsh
export.
stuff, man. It's going to be harsh as shit.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if I know what like if fire elementals actually eat?
Yep, you can do.
Okay.
I know what it's going to be for. It's for burnt offerings.
There's a 22.
No, as far as you know, they don't eat. They kind of just burn.
They need 50 kilograms of food for something that they don't.
Is she definitely a fire
Either they
elemental,
need it
though?
for rituals, but I don't know why it would be so urgent. It's possible they have something they need to feed.
Maybe a giant volcano.
Maybe
I don't
a
know if those
giant-
eat fish either.
Yeah,
Yeah, but volcano gods are normally volcano gods normally need their regular substance so they don't explode.
We could bring them people. People weigh 50 kilos.
No,
One person.
No.
one person a day.
Some people have glandular problems.
Come on. Come on.
Okay.
Well,
Is that why you
seriously,
have
guys,
a picture of an elf, with no top on? Is it just to make yourself feel better?
I mean,
Okay,
really, if we
let's-
just got to get these guys 100 pounds of meat, we can do that right now and go get someone if they have an immediate need.
well,
Wait,
I'd rather not see
Wait,
what happens
wait.
if they don't get it.
We might be able to get flesh golems. Those are meat.
I'm assured that the Duke must have some political prisoners we can throw into the fire. Let's go find them.
All right,
How much do you reckon a gnome weighs?
about 50 kilos, I would say.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So can we?
Um,
Us walking while we're talking. Can we arrive at the Argyle court or a representative of the Duke?
No bite.
Come
the
out,
Duke?
come out, really dry.
Well, you guys do that. I'm stealing soil.
Well,
Actually,
I
I
take
went
some.
to
I take a soil sample as well as we go along because
I want to talk to the wizard about getting some flesh golems.
You can go talk to the wizard.
I want to talk to the wizard about building me a unicorn.
I want to talk to the wizard about flesh golems.
I want a berry corn.
and I'm going. Is there a elected representative of the Duke or do I talk to him directly for
Elected representatives.
Yeah.
the Duke elects his own cabinet, so
Yeah, is there an
Appoint.
appointed representative?
appointed representative. I'm sorry.
Yes, that was the word you were looking for, not elected.
He was elected. The Duke has the only vote.
This is a fantasy RPG. We don't have elections.
It's a one-man, one-vote system. There's one man, and he got to vote.
All right. Anyway, continuing on.
Right. Yeah. You can steal some earth if you want.
I do.
I'm just. I've
want
acquired a soil.
I want that sweet, sweet earth.
I have
Like
acquired a soil
the
sample
herbs,
for.
man.
Right. So, yeah, you can go back and report to the Duke that there's a temple full of fire. Well, you don't know full of fire elemental. You see a fire elemental and a temple.
And the volcano.
It's
The
the Duke.
volcano.
It's the Duke of the Divine Flame, or the Intelligent Flame, the Keepers of Fire Knowledge, or the Fire Keepers of Knowledge. Either or.
Is that?
So when he's a bit worried when he doesn't think you can make the 50. Food is still very scarce, and pretty much all the fish that are getting taken out are being needed for the population. And if anything, you need more food.
I see. Well, they do have. Well, so we're gonna have to. Are we
Do
gonna
they
have to?
consider sentient plants as meat or veg?
Veg.
Veg.
But they're
Well,
sentient.
didn't you want to go for a smash and grab, sir? We can, we can always eliminate the incumbent population and do a claim hold.
Yeah.
Do a claim hold.
We're good at killing people.
I don't think we should. I just want that on record.
Are you there with the Duke and us and the Duke, or? I mean, we're
Yeah,
already.
I've got nowhere else to be. Well, I'm either
I
there or,
think
or I'm
not-
helping Gator with his herbs.
I'm not there. I'm talking to the wizard or the archmage about flesh golems.
Why don't you ask the Archmage about flaming elemental priests?
Well, no,
Dude.
because if we get flesh golems, we can give them those for their meat.
If we had flesh to make flesh golems, you could just give them the flesh.
I mean, are you
Besides-
getting it from the? Are you getting it from the elemental realm of
Of
tuberous flesh?
Yes,
Well, that's a place.
That's my favorite realm.
it's the best realm.
Always go there on
realm.
holiday.
You gotta love it when
Where are we going this year? Oh, the tumorous realm of cancerous flesh. Excellent.
It is
There's some lovely
literally the
packages.
best realm. It's literally the
Hotels.
best realm.
Terrible, terrible people.
All right.
Are
So,
you just realizing
what's
that?
No,
What's
no,
the
I'm
Duke's-
just stating it for the public.
What's the Duke's response to the smash and grab claim of war?
I don't think he's going to let you invade the temple.
No, not. Well, it's not
What?
us to invade. I mean, it's him. We're at first responders. I'm doing our as a first responder for his.
I actually have an alternate plan. We could give them meat and just poison it. And that way, that should kill off some of them and weaken them.
And I'm glad I'm not there.
Yeah, you could do that. Although, if we're discovered, it could mean trouble.
Well, it's going to mean trouble anyway. We can't give them their meat, and I don't think they're just going to sit patiently and wait. They're going to come and get it.
Do you think they're an active threat, then?
I'd say so. Well, they're fire people living on a volcano. That looks like a threat to me.
I say we wait for their ultimatum, because in order to make an ultimatum, they have to make a show of force. Then we'll know exactly what we're dealing with. We've only seen one of them so far. We don't know if there's 3 in there or 3 dozen.
And I don't have any water powers. I only have fire and thunder.
Basically, if they want to make a statement of intent and demand the meat offers, they're going to have to show us something that they think will intimidate us. If only half a dozen come out of there, that's probably all they've got.
So is that a plan?
I don't know. It's a suggestion.
It sounds like not too bad of an idea. We are 4th level. We can take on quite a bit of force.
So are we coming back to discuss this at some point?
Plus, it would help with the morale of the people if we didn't expend lives needlessly invading anything that ploughed in. If we fight a good old-fashioned defensive war for once, it might actually reconvince some of the citizenry that not everybody above the rank of peasant is some sort of bloodthirsty monster.
So we're going to lie to them.
No, we're
I mean,
just
we're
going
gonna
to
show
let the
them
fire
that
elementals
by-
make the first move.
By poisoning people that have done nothing whatsoever to harm us and have shown no ill will whatsoever. We're just going to poison them.
Are we poisoning them? I thought
So
we
the kind of people we are, what are we doing?
Yes.
We're going to have to refuse. We're going to have to refuse their demands for meat, and when they become hostile, fight a defensive war rather than an offensive war.
Is the
Okay.
Duke's supposition we can't spare it? He can't
Yeah.
spare the meat?
Can't spare the food.
Well, I'll
Can't-
just spend 20 gold pieces, go cast Bloom, make enough food to feed 5 people for a week, give it to him, and trade it to him for 50 pounds of meat. That's 2 cows worth of food. And I
Well,
want
the
50
thing
pounds
is,
of meat.
it's a day by day though. Is the thing.
They need 50 pounds every day? I thought they said they just needed
Yeah.
50 pounds today.
No,
It's
they
every
need
day.
a day,
today.
every day.
It's 50 kilos, so
50 kilos of meat.
100 pounds.
100 pounds a day.
Back to that. Hello. Oh yeah, karaoke. Yeah, had a lot of fun.
Well, we should do something now and get them 50 pounds of meat and tell them that it's not sustainable and that
hang
we're
on a
going to need
second.
help.
No, it's
To
it's
get them
100
to
pounds.
meat.
There's so many.
Well, anyway, so let's go and bring. Is it? Let's just make some shiitake mushrooms, trade it for some meat, and just tell them we need to.
Yeah, we
we'll,
did.
we'll make the first
Yeah,
payment.
Well, we got a flat tire, so we have to fix that.
you almost get some weird background music sound.
Oh no, she's here.
I think Added Space is talking to his roomie, but he's forgot to put his mic on mute.
Oh, that'll be it. I was
Yeah.
trying to figure out why karaoke came in.
Yeah.
I think
So we
mute
do-
Added Space
We
for a
also
minute.
mentioned a flat tire, so.
Oh
Oh,
well.
he's realised.
I got a sudden phone call. Sorry about that. I didn't turn off my mic.
It's fine.
I
It
thought you were
makes for
talking
good-
to a roomie. I should
Yeah.
have realised that you wouldn't have been having actual human interaction. I do apologise.
Well, it breaks down to what the Duke himself will allow. So.
Yeah, well, we'll run out of gold before we make enough meat because it costs 20 gold to cast that every time, but we can at least get them some meat and then explain the situation and see if they're willing to help us. I mean,
What does the Duke of Argyle say for veto or allowance? Since
no,
he
it's-
currently
he's-
has the meat stores.
if you're saying if you can produce meat, you'd rather it went to the people, because you've only got what 3-4 fields.
Yeah, in fairness, what you're doing now is telling the Duke that you can essentially provide a large amount of food, but you're choosing not to for cost reasons, and that's not going to make our liege lord happy.
In game and thread that I'm trying to use that whenever I can, whenever people can use it. So that's something that's been available.
Yeah, but
It just costs money. It costs components. To cast. So
Yes.
what I'm saying is we're willing, if we have 20 gold pieces to spend of our personal funds, we can get these guys their first day of meat and then try to work with them rather than try to poison or attack them. I'm not saying it's a permanent
we considered
solution.
persuading them to go vegetarian.
We can do that equally as much as well. I mean, we can give it a try.
If they can survive long enough for us to get this
Have you
volcanic
ever
soil
heard of
spread.
Have you ever heard
Volcanic
of soy
soil is the
protein?
most fertile, in the world.
Yeah.
Especially our
like-
world.
And so within 3 months here, our problems are over as far as food. But right now, we got to figure out a way to get these guys enough meat, or see what their reaction is going to be and have a conflict with them.
Can I pull Burke to one side so I'm not part of the conversation with Atty and the Duke and Gator?
Yes.
Right. I know you're thinking this, and I just want to say we're not telling the Duke to give his own people to the fire elementals as food.
When the Fire Kingdom invaded, everything changed.
I am a bit appalled you think I was thinking that in the first place. I merely, here's the thing, I merely do what the one authority dictates. When it was Ygmir, I did what he told me to do. Now that the Duke of Argyle has come and he's now the dominant authority, I do things in the Duke's favor. I'm sorry, I'm a person with a stratified means of
My name is
conflict.
Duke. You
That's
called my
fine.
character Igmir.
What is your character's name?
Alrak.
Malrak.
All right, that's fine, Beck. As long as we're at an understanding, that's cool. Let us rejoin
No
the
worries.
conversation.
No worries. I would, if anything, I would jump in the fire, the thing myself first. If we had to sacrifice anybody to fire.
Very nearly dead.
Hey,
I'm only mostly
was-
dead.
I was just trying to get on their good side. I was trying to seem eager, if not, if anything.
It's at least from that whole debacle, we learned that they're impressed by others who can wield flame-like powers.
Mhm.
That may be
Yeah.
something we can use to an advantage.
Mhm.
Yes.
So, let's get this rodeo on the way. Oh, by the way, how's the wizard about the tumorous fresh cancer realm?
Not really. Well, sorry. Was it about what?
The archmage.
Remember? I was talking to the Archmage
Oh, about the flesh
about...
golems.
Yeah.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
Wow.
They don't really fall in. They're more necromancy than his style of mutant. Mutant.
Was it the
Totally.
tomb where
He
we fought
goes-
flesh golems?
It has to be fresh meat. He goes, flesh
Well-
golems, let me tell you about flesh golems, and then you sit there for about 3 hours and get, a long dissertation about how flesh golems are completely and utterly useless, are inferior to the more modern primal elemental golems.
On the plus side, it felt like that long a space of time I got +1 wisdom, +1 int for my aging.
Yeah. You feel a bit older now.
Yeah.
I don't, but I'm a robot.
At least
We
I
don't
know
age.
with death that the stories end.
No, they don't.
Nope.
No, you just get moved on to the next level of the story.
The never-ending story.
It's just like, I've been a cleric all my life, I finally got to heaven, and you just sat in a pantheon with all the gods going, let me tell you about Bahamut.
You are Bahamut!